All right, well, in a few days, we're taking our family of four, our 8-year-old and our 9-year-old, from Texas
And
to
us.
the exumas, and us. We're going to go as well. So we wanted to give a little update as to how we're planning this flight, all of the considerations we're taking into account, and just kind of going through the whole planning phase of it.
So yeah, it'll be fun because we actually did a boat trip 8 years ago to the Bahamas, and so now we're going to do the same sort of trip but by air rather than by sea, and go see fly over some of the places that we were there. We were there for 4.5 months, so go see some of the places that we traveled along on our boat too.
So we've experienced it by sea, which you can see from some of these pictures right here. Really, really fun trip. Now we're going to experience it by air. It's most certainly a long flight. There is an open stretch of water. So today we're going to walk through a little bit on how we're going to plan that and some of the precautions we're going to take for it. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, we have a Turbo 210, a 1976 Turbo 210L. This is a great airplane for a trip like this. It's a 6-seat, but we've taken the 2 middle seats out, so it's plenty roomy inside.
It's like a limousine for the kids.
The kids love it. They have got plenty of room to stretch out. We've got plenty of baggage room. It's got a turbo, so we've got the ability to outclimb weather. We have a built-in O2 system, so we can put on O2 if we need to, and just a real good, safe, fast airplane. We cruise right around 165 to 170 knots. So it's fast enough to make the trip quick, but also comfortable enough to be comfortable.
Right, and we're leaving from Texas, where we live, and our first leg is going to be to Florida, which we've done that trip multiple times in our 182, and now we're doing it in the 210, and hopefully saving 2 hours, you think?
I think so. I think at least an hour to Florida, and that hour will just be tacked on going to the Bahamas. Okay, so we'll be leaving from San Antonio right around 8 in the morning. By the time we load everybody up, grab some fuel, and head on out. It'll be about 8 in the morning. We're going to head to just north of Louisiana. There's a place that has $3.80 gas, which is awesome, so we just kind of have to stop. It's only about 2 hours and 15 minutes from there. From there, we're going to continue on. We've got Destin in as a waypoint, but we'll go Destin and then cut across down to Kissimmee. Destin's a really good waypoint to keep us a little bit overland for the Gulf. We don't want to cut the corner on the Gulf too much. Although we do have life vests, we don't want to go too far offshore at this point until we have a life raft. So the total trip to Kissimmee, where we're going, is about 4 hours and 47 minutes. We used to do the same trip in the 182, and it was 6 hours.
Almost maybe, 7, I
yeah, almost 7 hours.
With fuel stops and everything.
It was a long trip. It was about the limit of what we want to sit in the airplane for, but this is certainly an easier trip in the 210. Okay, so once we depart from Kissimmee, we're actually in Kissimmee for work for about a week.
And to see your family.
And to see family.
Yeah.
Once we leave Kissimmee, we're going to fly down to Fort Pierce. That'll be super early in the morning. Once we land in Fort Pierce, we've rented a life raft from the FBO there and an EPIRB so that we can, if we have any emergency overwater, we can stop and, we won't necessarily stop. We'll ditch and have a life raft and life vest.
I wanted to say, I think it's really cool that they have a life raft rental at the FBO.
It's pretty neat.
Because he told me that the other day. I imagined us having to land, get a courtesy car, go get a life raft, come back, and apparently that's they have them for rent.
They've got it figured out.
That's great.
The other good thing with Fort Pierce is it's far enough north that we're outside of the presidential TFR because Trump is pretty often down at West Palm, so we want to stay out of the TFR, and then from there we can depart on an IFR flight plan and hopefully avoid that TFR altogether. As far as the overwater planning goes, we have four life vests. We have manual automatic life vests. So what that means is there's 2 modes that these life vests can operate in. One is as soon as you hit the water, it'll inflate automatically. Obviously, if you ditch in an airplane and there's water coming in the airplane, you don't want that life vest to inflate automatically. So the other option is you flip a couple things around within the life vest, and then it's a manual pull only, which we've tested with the kids. They thought it was real fun.
We're prepared. We're ready.
We're ready.
The old just in case.
And then we're going to plan on doing an IFR flight from Fort Pierce, trying to fly down the coast a little bit, gain some altitude. We'll do max climb up to about 11 or 12,000 feet, whatever we can get. And then from there, make the crossing. My understanding is we're going to basically be vectored to Freeport area, and then from there down to MYEF, which is Georgetown International, and that's where we'll clear customs and go from there.
Look at the fuel there. $8.78 a gallon
Wow.
in Georgetown. Let's talk about weather.
So as far as the weather goes in the Bahamas, it's pretty stable this time of year. We might get a front move through as we're there. And typically what happens is the wind picks up, it goes from the north, and then it swings all the way around west, and then kind of a full 360 back
like
around.
Clockwork.
Yep.
Counterclockwork.
Yeah,
Yeah.
counterclockward. So we definitely found that when we were anchoring out there, we would have to find a north protected anchorage, and then we'd have to find a west protected, and then a south, and then east. So it was a little bit of work, but we were definitely aware of it. We've got a lot of flexibility on our travel plans, so that's one of the reasons that it makes this trip really viable, is we can come and go whenever we want. We're not on a schedule so much.
Yeah, we're 7 days to be there, so if we
Yeah.
get stranded for one day for weather, that's okay.
Yeah, and the
obviously
same
we'll-
thing on the way back.
yeah. So we will be flying into Georgetown and clearing customs and immigration in Georgetown, most likely. That's the plan anyway. And we've had to do a little preparation for our flight over. We've had to get apply for an FCC. Is it FCC?
FCC radio operator's license.
Which we're not really sure what it does, but it's one of the.
It's a piece of paper that you have to have.
And we've got it, so we're good. And then we had to get a sticker on our plane for immigration and customs.
And then we file EAPIS when we depart and when we arrive, if I remember correctly. We do a little more research on that right before we leave.
And then we have our passports. It's good. This is actually really fun for the kids because it is, although they don't stamp passports anymore. I wish they stamped passports. We actually just did a trip to Whistler in Canada, and we didn't get our passports stamped, but it was our kids' first time that they can remember using their passports. So we're all set with that to enter another country, and looking forward to that.
Yep. So last time we were in the Bahamas, we got a fishing permit as well, and everywhere we went in the boat, we were fishing, we were trolling.
Did a lot of fishing.
We caught some amazing fish,
Huge
like this mahi and some tuna. Went spearfishing every day, and we ate lobster for every meal, pretty much. It was incredible.
Conch.
Whitney caught conch. It was a fast chase, but she
They
got
move
it.
so fast. So the kids are by this time such good little travelers. We try to keep our legs to 3 hours or so, but we have done a couple 5-hour legs. And they put on, actually we homeschool, so I have some work for them to do, probably not on that leg, but through the trip they'll be doing a little bit of homeschooling, a little bit of coursework, and then reading and just keeping busy on these legs. But they're pretty good at it.
Yeah, we've got some good airplane snacks. We've kind of went through a progression on headsets. We had
yes.
some cheap headsets which would really clamp their ears, and they were kind of hard to hear with. So we finally bit the bullet and upgraded them to some better headsets that are active noise canceling and make a huge difference.
They don't squeeze their heads so much. They were not cheap, but
they're worth it in the long run.
Yeah.
And then, like we said, we've got the limousine seating section now. So the only issue is they can't reach us to tell us things. So that's when we get things thrown at us,
Yes.
As you can see in some of our other
we need
videos.
to get them a little tapping stick. So while we're in the Bahamas, we're staying in the exumas, rented a little Airbnb, but we look forward to, we're actually going to fly up to
Staniel
Key, which is the key that is closest to Thunderball Grotto, which has some amazing snorkeling. It's like this cave that you swim into, and it's amazing snorkeling. It's also right near the famed Pig Beach, which we went to last time. It was fun. It's, you know, a bucket list thing to do.
They're aggressive.
They
though.
are.
They're super aggressive.
They're kind of, nah, yeah.
Yeah.
They're aggressive. It wasn't our favorite thing. We had babies when we went last time. Our kiddos were literally
So we're trying to hold
6 months old.
hold a
and-
kid and throw feed at the pig and try to keep our kids safe,
Yeah.
and it was a lot of work.
So we're gonna rent it. We're gonna fly to Staniel Key, rent a boat, just ourselves. We don't want to do a tour or anything, and just go hang out and do some snorkeling at Thunderball Grotto. Go to Pig Beach, and then fly back to down toward where we're staying, down towards Georgetown. And that flight is what, 10 minutes?
10 minutes. And then we might, we'll see how the week goes, but, we might get a little stir crazy with just sitting on the beach and decide to go hop to some of the other islands. There's a ton of other islands nearby that I'm sure are, we haven't visited all of them. So there's certainly places for us to explore that are a short 5 to 10 minute flight away. So it'll be fun.
Yeah. Looking forward to it. Can't wait. And we've been planning this for, I can't believe it's here already. We've been planning this for a good 6 months or so. So,
Yep. And then the next video you'll see should be blue skies and blue water.
white sands
Yeah.
and blue water.
So hit that subscribe button, and we will see you on the next one.